So nice.
Alexot TikTok.
Hello. Wait, I think I built 5 Envoys on stream. Has it been 4 only? Fuff, thank you so much for the tier 1 for a whole year. Oh, my throat. I don't know what's going on. How you guys doing? Happy Friday. What's going on, VDub? What's up, Murlots? What's up, Ren? Snick, how you doing? Faye11, how you doing? Fush, love you, bro. Skyboy, Ryan, how you doing?
What it do?
What it do, Tree Fingers? Dude, it feels like I haven't seen you in a while, Tree. How you been? How are things? It is, dude, I got so much stuff done today. I'm pretty happy about that. What's good, gorgeous? Oh, please, bro. AFTL, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you guys so much.
9 months. Time is flying.
Dude, before you know it, it's going to be Christmas time, guys. I was thinking today that the small, like, I don't have to do a lot of Christmas shopping, thankfully, because me and my family, we're not too into gift giving. But dude, for like my niece and nephew and stuff, I'm gonna start doing Christmas shopping now. I know it sounds like such a weird topic to talk about in September, but I think it's important. Pretty Calamity. Oh, thank you so much for the prime. Love you. Hope you're having a good day. For 28 months, too. That's crazy. Thank you, Pretty Calamity. Digging the pistachio green? Yeah, I really like it. I don't know if this desk pad's the best fit for it, but I thought the desk pad was cute, so I put it on. We already have chocolate Santas in the supermarkets. Wait, what? Really? They put chocolate Santas in the... let me close Spotify. There we go. They put chocolate Santas already? But Halloween hasn't even passed yet. That's wild to me that they're already doing like Halloween decorations and stuff. That's pretty wild to me. That is silly. Swoop, how you doing? I want a PC Kohaku for Xmas. Was that today? Is the thing today? Classic German supermarket stuff. Low-key though, I'm not all that into Halloween anymore, so I'm good with missing Halloween stuff. I could care less. Tonight for Americans, I want Alex for... Huh? Moose. Ah, dude, the Monarchy KV2 looks so nice.
Long time no see blushes.
Nev, I hope you're doing amazing right now, dude. I hope everything's going super well for you. Hey guys, thanks for subbing. I really appreciate it. I know it's like September or whatever. I was going to do like a subathon thingy, but I'll do that next month because I want more time to plan it out and give away more stuff. Thank you guys so much. Actually, it might be the month after or something too, because there's a few other things. I'd like to gather a few more things, then give it all away. I don't know if I'm building the KV2. I know Monica reached out about something, but didn't tell me what. So it could have been that, and I quite frankly, like honestly, I didn't question them. They just said they might be sending something over. So maybe? I'm not too sure. So nice.
Yippee, glad I could catch a stream.
Dude, thank you so much for 3 months. I'm so happy you could be here too. Therak, thank you so much for tier 1. Thanks guys for all the subs. I really appreciate it. You guys are way too kind. Any chance? Oh, I read that one there. How was the week off? Oh my god, dude, I went to Banff.
Evening, Alex.
I don't remember how long it was exactly. That was nice. It was nice having some downtime. I got to use my camera a little bit. So I finally got to use this outside of the city, which was wonderful. I was so happy to use this outside of Toronto. So nice. But I'm kind of inspired to take more street photography again because I kind of stopped for a little bit because low-key, the weather in Toronto has been god-awful. So it's been kind of like boring gray days, and I kind of want to do some light stuff where, you know, some sunlight's hitting some... It doesn't even have to be a nice day, just something with some harsh sunlight to play with some shadows and stuff, but nothing. What color is today's Envoy?
Alex, I love you and I'm proud of you for taking some time to yourself. Cherish that time, you've earned it. Okay, not gonna lie, Rock, that actually hit me somewhere deep inside. Really appreciate that kind message, man. Thank you, Dre, also. Thank you, Therak. Thank you, Kaya. I really appreciate all of you guys. Did you watch Ahsoka? I did. Loved it. We're not going to talk about it, though, in respect for everyone else who hasn't watched the episode.
So good, though. I will say, Krupp, thank you so much for the Prime. I really appreciate it. I will say, today, I did start watching the Clone Wars as well, because I have never watched any of the animated Star Wars stuff. So I'm 3 episodes deep into Clone Wars while I was lubing these Switches today. Those episodes go by quick, though. I thought they were much longer per episode, but it's like, what, 20 minutes? Did you watch Phantom Menace? Like, episode 1? Never Clone Wars? No, I don't know why. I just never got into, like, the animated stuff. I was literally just debating watching it or not. Watch it. The first episode, honestly, like, it felt like a good first episode, and that was like enough to be like, okay, I'll give the rest of this a try. And I'm, like I said, 3 episodes deep, and I'm really liking this so far. A lot of people say it's like one of their favorite shows. Any Switch people playing F-Zero F99? Which one's that? Jishi, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. So nice.
Miss you, Alex.
I'm watching the 3D one. Is there a 2D one? Like oh, there is a cartoon one or something. I'll watch both eventually. Jishi, I really appreciate it, man. But yeah, I got some photos, like some really nice photos. So that was awesome. Got to use the 35mm, which I haven't really used a whole lot of the 35mm here in Toronto, just because, again, like, I did for a little, and then the weather got really bad, and then I got really busy. But it was so nice. I will say, though, in terms of just quick photography, small photography talk, I very much now know that I think the lenses that I am most comfortable with are 75. I actually like the 35. I used to never like the 35. Now I think my next lens choice in the future will be a 28. The 28 I think is... because some shots I wanted it to be a little wider, so I'm going to be trying a 28 maybe in the future. A 35mm, my mom found her old 35mm and was meaning to try it out. Like a film camera? Cass, thank you so much for the Prime. And
wow.
Winnie.
It's so good to have you back. Hope you are feeling recharged.
Dude, let me tell you guys, I'm so recharged to the point where I did more work in terms of like extra stuff that I was meaning to get around to but never did in the last 4 days than I have done in the last like 5 months. Also, Winnie, thank you so much for the tier 1. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. All the support means the world. What are my thoughts on the mode tempo? Well, that's actually one of the things I worked on. One of the things I worked on was a full written review of the tempo. I started it 2 days ago, and then I would say that I finished and finalized my complete thoughts. I'd say it's a fair criticism on a lot of things for the tempo. And there's some parts I'm probably gonna, like, I thought of some stuff afterwards, some like better wording on some stuff. But if you want like a quick little, I guess, roundup of what I think, tempo is essentially the Envoy with tweaks and some minor, you can say, and this is kind of where I've struggled a little bit. It has some minor aesthetic differences that I think work better overall for the keyboard. However, it does have a higher price point. Therefore, it doesn't really fit in the same category as the Envoy. I think this is for the guy or girl who wants a keyboard that's a little bit more premium in this specific layout. So at the end of my review, what I'm probably going to say is if this board's layout doesn't appeal to you, it's why it might feel like this is more in a niche market. But I will say this is, in terms of design-wise compared to the Envoy, I much prefer this with its curves on the bottom and stuff. Because of the weight, I think the weight is what really separates it. Not the weight, the accent. Because you can actually see the accent on this keyboard in a normal typing position. And I think that's kind of where it kind of wins in an aesthetic choice for me. So they did take some notes from the Mode 65 there. However, one of my main points of criticisms that you guys will probably read in the article, if you guys decide to read it, I like writing the articles. I should do it for more boards, but they're time consuming. And then they also require a lot of photography. Is I do think they should revamp or reimagine how these guys work. if they can reimagine how these screws work, the Mode Envoy and the Mode Tempo will be completely no-brainer keyboards. Because when I don't have the screws in, it sounds like fucking amazing. The screws halfway sound great as well. But the moment you crank the screws any past halfway is when it starts to become metallic-y. And it's weird because I actually noticed that a little less on the Envoy. And I'm not sure why I noticed that less on the Envoy. But on the Tempo, it rings a little bit more metallic-y when you do over-tighten it or screw it in more than halfway. So that is really my only point of criticism to this. They have a lot of wins in my book. Like, I know this is small to a lot of people. I don't have the screws in, so the assembly might fall out. But these not being adhesive is a really big win for me. And I've kind of explained it. The non-adhesive feet is just good design practice. Because if this was to fall off one day and the adhesive was to get ruined...
Hope you enjoyed your break.
Dude.
Glad that the streams are back.
GG, I really appreciate you, man.
Wow.
I don't know why it says wow like that. Like, why he's so just, like, sarcastically saying wow. But thank you, man. I really appreciate it, man. Yeah, but if you guys don't know, like, I think this is really good, like, design practice here. A press foot, foot, whatever you want to call it. It just makes more sense in the long run. That way there, if something like this falls off, like, dude, my key cult, my number 2 key cult, all 4 feet have fallen off. And I'm not gluing it on. Like, I'm not going to sit there and apply glue to the keyboard just to glue it on, right? So that keyboard there, my key cult, basically has no feet right now. And I have to be careful with it when I use it. So that's kind of like the extreme is like all, like even the Tenet feet did not stay on. So I kind of like the design practice, and Geon I think really started that trend with, was it the F1? I think Geon really did start that trend, but it's nice to see that the Tempo's kind of doing that too. The Envoy had 2 adhesive feet, which wasn't as bad, but like it just made no sense, so it's a little bit more cohesive here. I like to take out the rubber on the screws to give it more flex. Yeah, you could do that too. But today we're going to be doing an Envoy. 13 minutes in, already sus. Well, what did I do? What did I do that's sus? All right, we got this, and then I don't know what this is. Oh, this is a foam kit. I don't think we need a foam kit. Bro, I swear to God, my brain was trying to read this upside down, and I thought this said migraine. And I was like, oh, they made a migraine color?
Yo, Alex.
Meep.
Hope you're having a great day. Smile BTW. The 760R2GB is live till the 18th. Just wanted to let you know BC you were interested in picking one up for yourself.
What the heck just happened? Thank you, Banana Man. I really appreciate the 5, man. Did you guys hear my... That was... Yeah, did you guys hear it? Dude, I don't think I'm gonna pick one up for myself. I love the Saturn though. Like, it is such a cool board. I think it's also very niche just because it's a, it's a bigger keyboard. I think they did reach out to me. I'm just meaning to reply to them, but I would kind of like to cover the round 2 of that board just because it's so pretty. Like, it's such a pretty board, Greg is a migraine? Kinda, bro. Oh, I think this is literally the same colors as I used on my original one. Because the goal of today's build is to recreate the original Mode Envoy build that I did. Why do I not use TX AP stabs? They are just, okay, so you can use them and you can get away with using them. And I think, hear me out, I think you can get a 100% success rate with the TX AP stabs if you use like a small amount of lube. Also, I have a pimple on my nose, guys. Don't look. Small amount of lube. However, even with this small amount of lube, I find sometimes it doesn't quite mod to my liking, And then the moment I start to add more, I might have some problems. As well as you could, if you even have a tight plate that puts pressure on your stabs, that's when the TX stabs start to get a little wonky because tolerances. So it could also become like an issue where you will have a 0% success rate because the plate is a little too tight and puts pressure on it. So I just tend to not want to use them because of small little variables like that. And I just think it's way easier to pick up a set of Durox stabs or cherry clip-ins, and it's more cost effective for the same result at the end of the day. That's just my opinion, but to me, that's how I kind of view the whole thing. I love to have a lot of lube. I also like to go a little heavier on some of my stabs in the long run, but I feel you there. Oh God, let's put this away here. Looking for some tactile switches for my Neo 65. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the best at recommending tactile switches. You guys have any suggestions in chat? Like, tactile switches are something that I enjoy once in a blue moon, and then I feel like I get quite sick of them pretty easy. So I tend to not use them for very long. Like, my favorite tactiles are still going to be the Holy Pandas. So those are still the only ones that I can like sit here and be like, yeah, I liked those. The melodies. I've used them. I just don't remember how they feel. The kazoos are actually pretty good. I keep forgetting to mention those. Those are pretty good ones. Nerve-wracking taking these things out of the plastic wrap sometimes. Cosfox switches are pretty good, man. They're kind of like underrated switches. They have some pretty good offerings at their storefront. I think a lot of vendors are carrying them now too. They're all starting to carry Cosfox stuff. SP stars are fantastic. I like SP stars. Alrighty. Okay, the one thing I actually don't know why Mode does on their PCBs. See this small little film on the screw-in parts? Taking these off can be a pain in the ass sometimes. Hello there. Did someone say meow? Oh, that's a emote. Hi, how you doing, Soran? That shit is annoying, yeah. This is from Key Spenceri. I don't remember what this is themed after. I think it's based off the Rose keyboard, and if I remember correctly, this is an original character they created. I could be wrong, but it's super cute. And I like the color of the desk pad, and I like the graphic kind of being a little smaller, so it's not like the whole thing. Kind of a cute desk pad. I wanted to use it today. What happens if you screw through the plastic? I don't know if you can. I've never tried. I've just always struggled to take them off. Also, thanks for the follows, guys, and thanks for just tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. It took me a Herculean effort to not get the Cosfox Dango switches to pair with the Jimkei Hanami Dango switches because of... Oh, dude. Not gonna lie, though, that's gonna be a nice little pair-up if you end up getting it. God, I hate these things. Mode should put like a little tab on these things to pull off. I think it's just to protect it, but it's still annoying. It's so adorable. This is cute. It's a cute desk pad for sure. I agree. Do you have any recommendations for switches? Okay, the arc sounds really good if you end up going linears. If you go linear switches with that switch or with that board, in particular, I put in my personal arc, I now have Cherry. I know this is like the lamest thing for some people. Cherry MX Blacks sounded great. I also tried it with Oil Kings, really liked it, but the thing with Oil Kings is you gotta mod them a little bit more because Oil Kings kind of suck stock in my opinion. It's all subjective though. a test from God to not get them already. Dude, I love near lucid stuff. Do you ever bother spring swapping in switches? Yes. There are, I'd say, a handful of switches now where I will just completely leave certain springs inside. Like, for example, today's switches, the Obscuras, I don't mind these springs. These are not bad springs. And I don't notice that much of like a benefit when I use these springs. But, or sorry, when I swap these out. But on just about every JWK, almost every Cherry switch, even the majority of Gatoron switches, for clients, I do whatever they ask. But on a personal board, I'd say like 80% of the time I am swapping out a spring. And it's not even sometimes the spring quality, it's just because I want to get to the spring weight that I am most comfortable with, if that makes sense. What is my favorite clacky linear switch? Right now, Cream Sodas and Obscuras. Those are my two favorite switches. They both have like a slightly deeper sound profile, which I kind of admire, so I leave it like that. I'm still debating getting a Delta 50. It was a cute little board, and it had to be one of the few boards in that size profile that actually sounds okay. Because I've done a few 40s, and I've never liked the way they sound it. If it means anything, that's the only 40% I still have built. Every other 40 I take apart almost like immediately, because I just not into them. Personal preference thing, you know? Thank you, Mackie. Really appreciate that, dude. Hope you're having a good day today, dude. Did you try BCPs by Sour Keys? No, not yet. I have a lot of other switches in my lineup that I'm trying to like, not save, but I guess wait for me to do. 40 hater. It's not that I hate 40s, okay? Nothing wrong with the 40%. I just suck at typing already, and putting a 40 in front of me makes me suck at typing even more. So I don't bother. What's the best linear pre-lube switch in your opinion? Just about anything from... Oh, fuck, this is tough. If you're looking for the best pre-lube switch, anything from Aphelion would probably be the best for you. SLV, thank you so much for the tier 1.
SLVGDVB gifted
Thank
a tier
you,
1 sub to Drnick.
Where's that deskpad from? You know, I don't even know if they have it listed yet. It's from Key Dispensary. They sent me matching keycaps to go with it. Like, this was sent to me just so everyone's aware, but I don't know if this is even for sale yet, to be honest. I don't know. Oh, it's on pre-order, so it's 20 bucks. I'll link you guys the link in chat here. And then there's matching keycaps. I haven't opened the keycaps yet, so I don't know if they're any good or not. It's by a different menu that I've never heard of before. But a quick glance when I opened when I peeked it into the box, they seemed okay. But again, I haven't opened it. It's a cute set. Was close to using shadows as a Franken switch experiment though. Oh, the shadow flowers? Those are a pretty solid switch actually. I don't mind those. What spring type and weight do you normally switch it to? My personal favorite spring weight is anywhere between 55 and 62. I typically go for like a 55 or a 57. And then I typically go for long springs just because I feel like they're a little bit more snappy. Using a shorter 55 gram spring, I tend to feel like it's a little bit lighter, not quite as snappy, and I tend to make mistakes more. Dude, I did. It looks good. The KV2 looks really, really good. I kind of want to order one. Just built the Salvation 60 with moon switches and all the mods. Sounds really great. Salvation is one of those boards, and I'm saying this I'm gonna say like I'm cutting all of my I work for Novel Keys, but let's just put aside. I like Wilba. Let's put that aside. The Salvation, I still think is It's a little higher in price now, just because like compared to everything else. But it's still an insanely good board. I wish it was a little cheaper because again, the market's kind of shifted in keyboards, but it's still a really, really nice feeling board. And it's still kind of unique. Like there's not many boards that implement that sort of mounting style. You know? KV2 does look amazing. I mean, I built the original K. It was a great board. A little hard to mount in the original K. So the V2 has a different... I think it uses a different mounting system. But I don't know. It seemed kind of nice. I wouldn't mind giving it a go. Salvation's really soft. It's insane. I think I might need more lube than this, but we'll find out. I'm not gonna lie though, that marketing with the French fries, I was so thrown off. I thought they were gonna have an official McDonald's collab. And I was like, no way they're having an official McDonald's collab. But that was pretty funny marketing. PC Kohaku raffle is tonight. I believe it is. Dude, gosh, thank you so much for the tier 1, man.
Happy Friday, Mr. Toes.
Thank you.
Good to see your face. Yowie wowie.
That's the first time someone's done yowie wowie. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you being here, dude. Oh, Arc. Oh, yeah. Arc is today, too. That's gonna be a big hot seller. That was a very good board. Would you consider the Arc 60 to be underrated? I don't think it was, right? Like, it got pretty good reviews. I just think people weren't as interested in the beginning, and then later on when more people got it, like outside of influencers and content creators, that's when I started feel like more traction was being done with the Arc. Also, I have a question for you guys. This is really unrelated to anything, and I meant to ask you guys this yesterday, but I forgot. Okay, I might ask you guys to send me suggestions in Discord. Do you guys know like a good but not super expensive short throw projector? Like, do you guys use one of those at all? I kind of want to pick up a short throw projector because we don't have room for a TV in our like bedroom. So, you mean a window? What happened? What am I doing? Smoj, I want to buy something today, but the seller only accepts PayPal. But usually with PayPal, you can use your credit card. Beta TV, get a TV. Are they not good? Are projectors not good? I thought projectors were... Dude, my hair is getting so long again. Fuck, I need to get another haircut. No, Soren, you can just check out as a guest. I'm pretty positive, and then just use your credit card. I've had people do that to me in the past where they just checked out as a guest. Link your bank account to my PayPal easy. Oh, by the way, guys. We did have a new sponsor of the channel, being Ordinary Labs. We did one of their boards a while ago, but it had an issue, so they went back to the drawing board to figure out what the issue was. The issue ended up being something was interfering with the enclosure for the magnets. But they seem like really like genuine people, and honestly, I've communicated with them a lot over the last little bit regarding their project, and I get really good vibes off of them. They wanted to sponsor the channel. We're going to be doing a few giveaways for their stuff as well. So, I mean, that's really awesome that they helped me there. And they get to help us as well by giving us some free stuff. Sponsor is the board with the issue. I mean, they fixed it. It was just I think it was an issue with the daughter board being too high. The new KV2 daughter board looks amazing. I didn't check that far into it. I was just skimming through that page. Projectors are dope, but the screen is important. Oh, I can't just use a short throw projector on a wall? Like it just won't work? I thought that would work. Alex, get an Anchor Nebula Capsule Max? What is that? When does the support group for this key habit meet? Oh, that's on Sundays. Sundays at 1. Actually, this Sunday it's at 4 p.m. Depends on the paint and finish. Oh. So I should look into that then. Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, my walls are white. I think they're kind of like an eggshell or something. You can 100%, but it will not look great. Is that why most people have like the pull down screens? I'm really like new to the world of projectors, so that would make sense. Alex, how you doing? Dude, I'm doing pretty good today. How about you? Alex, there are screens that reject light from certain angles. They will give you better vibrancy. Keep this in mind. I don't think I want to screw things into the wall just because I'm renting. And like, I'm not super comfy with doing that. So, and I don't think I have enough room to put like a stand in the room too. My school has pull down screens in every classroom. They give me PTSD. Alex, would you recommend, or where would you recommend to buy MX Blacks? I don't know exactly who's stocking MX Blacks at the moment, but I have a vendor list with some suggestions on there. I would check all of them because I don't know who's exactly stocking them at the moment. The Art TV from Samsung. Is that really thin TV? Oh no, is that really stupid thin one with the sound bar? Soren, dude, I saw that. Oh, do we have novelty keys? Does it have MX Blacks? I can't remember if we do. Honestly, the Switch selection is too vast for me these days. Dude, some of the projectors I saw were like $9,000. And I don't know what makes a projector 9K versus a projector 1,000. So, but I did see some of the OLED TVs are still pretty expensive. Samsung frame, that's the one with the matte finish and thin. Oh, okay. Interesting. Fuck, this is like a whole other world. And I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger on something cheap then. Because I was just going to buy a small one because I wanted to use it for the room there, but... Dude, you know what? Who asked for the MX Blacks? Was it, where are they? Aloof? Get the, if you don't mind a suggestion, I think a lot of people end up being more happy picking up Nixies. They have a slight more deeper, I guess, sound profile than the MX Blacks. So I think you might like the Nixies a little bit more. If you were looking for like a reputable vendor, again, a little bit biased because I work for them, but... Okay. AV is a deep hobby. Yeah, I can imagine. Especially like stereo equipment and stuff too. You think the top out's a little higher pitched? Really? I don't think it, for me, I don't think it is. I guess it's a little different. Maybe the way we build too, draw. I'm more happy picking you, what the? Solid? Deeper than Keebs. Okay, most people don't know this. I'm gonna drop a truth bomb on you guys right now. Keyboards is not that deep of a hobby. Keyboards is, once you actually think about it, keyboards is really fucking simple. And once you accept the fact that keyboards are truly preference-based, there's like 4 parts to pick from. Which is what stabs, what switches, what keycaps, and then your case. So after you decide on those 4 parts, there is some minute things you can go into in the last, 4 or 5 years that I've been in this hobby. Yeah, there's some rabbit holes you can really fall deep into, like sub-hobbies within the hobby. But the entry to get into keyboards is not that hard. It's not that expensive either. In some of the other hobbies, it can get pricey extremely fast. And then for some, guys, when I tell you, and I'll use audio as an example, audio can get stupid expensive with the most nuanced things ever at a rate that you probably won't even love to comprehend. It's crazy. And a lot of that stuff, like Drow just said, is all fucking snake oil. So I'm glad that at least in the keyboard hobby, we're very upfront about preference and at least I know that we do it here. Sometimes if we feel like something is kind of snake oil, we'll talk about it. But yeah, I don't know. I think keyboards is like the best one because you can get into keyboards and keep it at a pace where it's like completely reasonable for your bank account. Don't get into diving then. That's super expensive too. Don't dive into diving. Yeah, but there's some stupid ass hobbies like that. Not like dumb, like, you know, but just get stupid expensive. Like fashion can get really expensive if you decide to pick up like old designer things, and then any hobby can get really expensive. But I'm just glad that keyboards, for the most part, doesn't have to be like that. And the community is pretty good at, you know, self-regulating pricing to some degree. Except for artisans. Artisans, I don't know if it's still the same way. Artisans was dumb expensive to really start collecting. So that is the only sub-hobby within keyboards that I don't agree is very easy to get into. So yeah. I do realize this question may not be easy to answer, but I've never entered a group buy before, and I'm really considering entering one once I see a keyboard I like. Is there any way I can make sure that I'm not getting scammed? That is a fantastic question. At its current state, I would say that the majority of group buys by reputable vendors are actually at one of the lowest turnaround times ever. So even if you don't necessarily know the vendors or don't know who to trust, at least at its current model, it's short enough to where if you don't feel comfortable or something does happen, you can either ask for a refund or worst case scenario, you deal with your credit card company or PayPal or something. However, if you're looking for like the best in terms of how to not get scammed, this is not foolproof though. Hear me out. I would suggest sticking to like the few reputable vendors, like the super reputable ones that have been around for a while. I even have like a little list of that on my website, but like Novel Keys, OmniType, Canon Keys, there's a bunch that have been around for a while. Those are probably your safest bets. But like I said, in its current state, I think the group buy model is, oh yeah, you could wait for extras. But I mean, like, that doesn't always work just because sometimes you might not get a keyboard that way there. But like Monaco is also pretty reputable too, you know. Ultimately though, who asked that question again? Ren? If you have a question about reputable vendors, hop into one of the community discords and just ask there. I hope no one gives you shit for asking that, but you know, that's probably one of the best ways. If you join a group buy, check their cancellation policy. Some sites don't let you cancel group buy orders. I think depending on where you live, that might be against certain laws too. Isn't that like a thing that people were talking about at one point too? I don't know how true that is. I need to check to see how Micklin's doing. If I remember correctly, I think it's color picking still or something like that. I don't know. Let me double check. Let's see how Micklin is doing, because I'm curious about that guy. I'm super excited for Micklin. Product updates. Keycaps. In production. So expect it Q3 2023. Hopefully soon. In production. You know what, Mango? Time has flew by so quick that I thought Micklin was only a few months ago. I forgot it's been a while. Dude, that is crazy how fast time has gone. It's probably not going to be in the next 2 weeks. I would probably think Q4, but hopefully end of year. I can ask Mike. Maybe he has some more information. I don't have good info on that. What springs are your go-to when spring swapping? I think I'm going to take your MX Black recommendation for the ARC, but I'm kind of overwhelmed with all the spring options. Just stick with the basic one. Get TX springs, TX cherry springs. I think every vendor... Actually, what does Novel Keys have? I've tried Novel Key springs. They're good. I don't have any like quarrels with Novel Key springs, if they still even stock them. I don't know if they do. I don't know if they have them still. Anyways, just get TX ones. Just get TX ones. Those are the ones I use for just about everything. I have so many TX springs. Ori boards are shipping soon. I'm hyped. Hell yeah. So when's the next tattoo? See, I'm in a small dilemma with tattoos right now. I want more tattoos. I want another tattoo. I don't know if I want more, but I have no idea what I want. But I know that I want one. And this has pretty much been my thought process for like the last, like, I swear 4 or 5 years. Because the last tattoo I got was probably when I was 22 years old. And I'm 32 now. So I would like another tattoo. I just don't know what I want. Beats me. Hey Alex, why do you start streaming so early? It's 7 a.m. here. Just start later. Come on. Huh? This is when I always start. Huh? Can you recommend me some springs for Cherry Ergo Clears? TX. I mean, it's so preference based. I can't recommend you guys a spring weight just because you guys have to like it. But don't Ergos need a certain spring weight or something like that? Or was that the old ones? The old, like, I don't use Ergos at all, so. Find an artist that you like and let them go wild. Oh, you mean like let them pick stuff? Ooh, that's scary to me.
Hey Alex, I know you haven't built a Frog Mini, but did you have the chance to try it out in the NK meetup? I heard there was one there, Tufts. Ooh. BTW, I know you're a big fan of TWD. Daryl Dixon is out. Just
Dude,
a reminder
I watched the
in
first
case
episode.
You missed it.
Dude,
less than
watched
3.
it, liked it so much. However, at least on the Apple TV, because I watched an Apple TV, they had every like 20 minutes or 10, 15 minutes, they had like the cast notes like that spoiled the rest of the episode. So that was kind of fucking annoying, but like it was so good. I really liked the first episode. I'm already into it. I like Daryl Dixon, so. And then for the Frog Mini, I know I typed on one. Honestly, in the meetups, they're hard to gauge just because like I don't really hear myself typing on them. I can't really gauge it because I'm, running on adrenaline for that too. So I can't really tell you if I loved it, but it sounded good at the meetup. I think there was one there. I think that's what I typed on. But again, couldn't give you like more details. I'm surprised I haven't built one yet. Don't go straight for longer springs unless you're sure you'll like them. Yeah, I would say that's like a work towards as well. Like you don't know if you like them. Fun fact, one of the original reasons people started lubing switches was to help with Ergo Clear return. Oh yeah, that's true. I remember reading that from somewhere. Or maybe Diego talked about it. I don't know if Diego streams much anymore because I really haven't seen him online as much as often. But if you guys want truly someone who's like knowledgeable about the history of keyboards, I think Diego, and even to some degree like Marcia, I'd say they are probably like my go-tos in like knowledge for some of the older things in keyboards. No worries. Thank you so much for the sub, by the way. I really appreciate the Prime, man. Taya Types is not the godfather of keyboards. He's a new streamer. He only started like seven months ago. He's new. He really... I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't consider him a godfather for only streaming for 7 months. So, he's pretty new streamer. Haven't heard of him, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect you guys to. Who? We talking about that new Teja guy? Hope he succeeds. He's 70. Has come a long way in a short time. Yeah, I heard he has like a new studio already. So, pretty crazy. He's doing some stuff right. He's new and gets all the keyboards. Cringe. Total cringe. Gotta support small streamers. True. That new old guy. Are you guys talking about that guy who started streaming like last week? Me and Teja have beef because he likes barred homing keys instead of scooped. So we have beef now. Sounds like a total nerd. Now that I think about it, what exactly is Teja and why does it type? That's true. I've never thought about that. Why does he type? People actually like Bard? He's a new streamer, so he could change his mind soon. Teja's a new streamer, a 30-year-old with 25. Fuck, man, that one got me. I heard he moved apartments for the 100th time. He has moved a lot, huh? He definitely has. Time's definitely been going by fast because usually you sign a lease for like a year, right? And I feel like when his lease is up, he usually like pieces out. Hibiki, thank you so much for the Prime. Really appreciate you. I swear he moves every year. I mean, it makes sense. Sometimes you can't renew a lease, so I'm not going to blame him there. I'm not going to even like joke about that. That shit's annoying as fuck. I don't know about in LA, but I don't think you do a whole lot. Like at least here in Toronto, I don't think you do a whole lot of like month-to-month or 6-month leases. I don't know. I think most of the time they want it for like a whole year, from what I understand. It's not like I have tons of experience doing this stuff. I think it's after the year they'll switch you to like month-to-month or renegotiate stuff. Do switch films matter at all? Do like the type of switch films? I would say if you want like my personal favorite that just works with everything, get the desky ones. It's like a gasket, so they're not quite as like dense or thick as like the TX one. Or is it TX who makes the other ones? Those TX films? Holy shit, I'm talking your guys' ear off. It's 47 minutes and I've done like 3 things. Sorry, guys. Month-to-month charges in LA is too expensive. Oh, is it actually? Is it upcharged at all? Moving really sucks. Dude, that's why like when Teja said he was moving again and to a new studio, I just was like, I was feeling stressed for him. I don't know if he felt stressed. I didn't talk to him about it. But you know why? Because when I moved, even though I got to leave like a whole bunch of keyboard stuff at my parents' house, they let me leave some stuff there, which was great. But like now that I'm in this place where everything has to go, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like it's not like there's a lot of stuff. It's just a lot of backup parts and just things that I have, like stock basically, that I keep. Mind you, most of it's worthless, but like I just like having it just in case, and it's always proved useful to keep. So I can't imagine, man. This is a mode tempo in cream, or I guess it's just in crema.
I want you month to month.
What the? No num-nums. I have to move country in a month or so? Where are you moving to? No num-nums. You can... Hey, dude. You know what? I won't argue with you, bro. Come on. Sometimes the Duroc stabs don't like to sit nicely. There we go. All right, and let's do this guy. Arc 60 drops in 15 minutes. Are you guys picking one up? I think that's kind of the normal way to live. The older you get, the more random stuff you accumulate. I've been kind of, I'm going to be doing it maybe next month. Hear me out. I don't know if you guys care to hear this stuff, but I'll tell you guys anyways. I think next month, and I was thinking about this on my trip. I think I do want to get, and this is also why, by the way, I'm doing another like giveaway thingy. I want to get rid of just like, I want to like just dispose or give away or like give back to anything that I don't need, including clothing and stuff. Not that I have a lot of clothes. I really don't. I have like 3 drawers full of a small drawer. That's it. But I just want to like give away things and just like get rid of shit. Because I want to live, like whenever, for example, whenever I clear my desk for the day, dude, I feel so motivated to do more. But when I have like, right now it's not bad. Like I have, keyboard stuff. But when I have too much stuff on my desk and it's like a trinket or like a little, like just stuff, I feel very exhausted and I feel like very closed off and disconnect it. So I do want to just like purge everything that I have. Yeah, like reset, great idea, very healthy to do that. Yeah, exactly, do that. And I really want to make sure that like I just get rid of some stuff and try to really like clean up. So that's on my to-do list. I think it's going to be really important. So, Orange Shorts giveaway. Shorts giveaway, guys, I'm telling you, and I'm not going to show you, but there's holes in this one here that I don't think anyone would appreciate. Get rid of Greg. I think you guys would have an aneurysm if I did that. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I think you guys would stop watching this channel if I got rid of Greg. Even though I don't care for Greg. Reading of things you're not actually used touch is a big yes. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have gone through that stage or like have had to do something like that too, but I feel like it's going to be tough to do, but exactly the word I was going to use is going to be very liberating at the same time. I totally agree with that. One third of viewers are just here for Greg. Is that true? Are you guys only here for watch Greg? I don't know how many people are watching my stream right now because I have that stuff turned off, but... Yep. God damn it. Type 1 if you're here for Greg. This is a sad day for me. I'm a Greg hater. 278? God damn, not bad. All my homies hate Greg. One? Fush, really? Sorry, I deleted your message. Oh, man. New show, The Walking Greg. Did you guys watch the new Walking Dead series? Like the first episode of the Daryl Dixon spinoff? I mean, I also thought the Negan and Maggie one was really good too, so. I still haven't put my mode Envoy together. I ordered it with Obscura switches. Do you recommend I lube them? Yes. You don't have to, because I do think that Obscuras can be good unlubed, but I feel like there are some really inconsistent ones. Like, for example, one of the Obscuras I opened up today was bone dry. Nothing inside of it. It was the weirdest thing. So I do recommend... I do recommend lubing them. Yoshi, what's going on, dude? I just got into The Mandalorian and it's pretty poggies. I think you'll enjoy it. I think The Mandalorian's an enjoyable series. But I wouldn't consider it like at all the new stuff they've been... Dude, like there's been some great series from Star Wars stuff lately. Andor was amazing. So far, Ahsoka's like top tier. I think Mandalorian's like third or fourth in that list of shows. I kind of like Obi-Wan a little bit more than Mandalorian. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been so into Star Wars again. My whole my like Star Wars saga is all coming back to me. Confession time. I've seen a total of maybe 20 minutes of Star Wars. Hey, there's nothing wrong with like. You don't have to feel ashamed about that or anything. Don't worry about that. I really like it. Lately, I've been getting really into it again. Are people pissed about Ahsoka ruining the lore? Oh, please. If people are, who cares? It doesn't always have to be like dead on. I'm enjoying it so far. For someone who like knows of the lore but doesn't really know like piece for piece, I thought it was awesome. My brother, who's really into it, like really into Star Wars, he really liked the new episodes of Ahsoka. So really, in my Alex Obscuras, I never had to lube anywhere. See, I heard that about the Alex Odos ones as well. Like, I heard that people had a really good batch of pre-lubed ones, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't get that. Like, I opted for the pre-lube just because, okay, you want to know the secret why I asked them to make it pre-lubed? It's easier for me to lube the Obscuras when they have pre-lube on them because the bottom of the springs are already covered. So it actually takes one hand motion away where I have to remove the spring. So I can just put spring on top of put lube on top of the spring and not on the bottom. So that is the only reason why I asked them to do pre-lubed. That's it. I never really cared for the pre-lubed Obscuras. I don't think they're like the most amazing thing ever, but people did tell me that they had really good batches. I didn't have the same experience. Unknown. Thank you very much for the tier 1 for 8 months, bro. I hope you're doing well today, dude. I watched season 2 of Mandalorian and dropped it. I didn't want to tell the other person that because I didn't want to talk shit on it, but I also felt the same way about season 2. I didn't really enjoy season 2. I actually thought it was like maybe only one step above the Book of Boba Fett, which was god-awful, by the way. The Book of Boba Fett did Boba Fett a disservice. To me, a disservice completely. So, watching Mando again got me back into Star Wars Legos. Dude, I've been hearing more and more about Lego stuff lately. Apparently it's like a pretty damn big hobby. Like, you don't think much of it, right? Because like I'm not into Legos, but apparently it's a gigantic hobby. Where did I put? Oh, I need this.
Hi Alex. Why was the Tomo so unpopular? On paper, it should have been very popular. It was a Mono KXTGR collab.
I thought the Monike Tomo was pretty popular. How much is the Tomo again? How much was the Tomo? I think, okay, I also... Maybe I can put in perspective of this. The Tomo was amazing. I built a whole bunch, loved them. But I think... Yeah, I think the price point of the Tomo might have been a deterring factor for a lot of people. Because I think once you look at that $500 or whatever it was pre-order pricing, I have no idea. Once you look at that price point, it becomes a little bit of a tougher pill to swallow. So maybe that's why. Because you can pick up 75s for like nothing right now. Like, I mean, even a Sonnet, which I think sounds great, you can pick up for a little bit less. There's other 75s you can pick up for less. So I think maybe it's just the deterring part of $500. Because people want another Gene and were disappointed when the 75 came out. I don't know. Do you think so, Banana Man? Maybe. Yeah, I think it's just a price thing. This is the alu plate. It's perfect. I was going to say, I need to have an aluminum plate for this. All right, I'm going to screw these guys in too. Which one, Average? Actually, you know what? I did see another board recently too. I don't remember what it's called. Angel showed me, and I think the brand. I'll tell you guys about this later. I can't remember. Let me see if I can remember before the stream ends today. I just want to do this first. God damn, dude! Banana Man, bro. You didn't have to do that, bro. I really appreciate that, man. Thanks for the 5 gifties. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much, dude. As someone who now owns an Envoy, is the tempo actually worth considering? If you need a 60% in your collection or just want something else in your collection, sure. If you like the Envoy and we're interested in other layouts that sound and feel like the Envoy, sure. But if you don't need anything like another Envoy, like in a smaller form factor, then maybe not, right? So it really comes down to, do you need another keyboard of that size? Banana Man, thank you so much, man. Keep the fun going. I really appreciate you, dude. I'll try my best to keep the fun going. I always do for you guys. Why isn't it loading? Why is it taking forever? No, that's not the one. That looks pretty cool, though. I'm not gonna lie. That looks fucking sick. So nice. That's the one by Matrix.
Alex tried to convince me to buy anything on Desk.
Try to convince me to buy anything on your desk? MX Master 3? Oh, you know what? Sorry. I actually, when you had mentioned the new Alice board, I was actually thinking of Angry Meow. And I think that one there looked kind of weird. I'm not really that into the styling of that Angry Meow keyboard. Do you know which one I'm talking about? The Alice one from Angry Meow? That one there's a little bit too much for me. A little too out there in design. Omar, I hope that worked. Take my money. Take all of it. Technically speaking, Alex is on his desk as well. Huh? I'm not for sale. Yeah, the AM AFA R2. I didn't like that board. It's too out there for me. It's too much. Like, too much going on. It's tough. It's a tough keyboard to look at. Bit too many spins and feeling a bit lightheaded. My bad. That's on me, dude. Should I go for a Monake K or the Pisuku Haku? Okay, if the K, see, this is the thing. The K is not going to sound like, I don't think it's going to sound much like the original K. It should in theory, but it's using a different mounting style, I believe. The first one had that weird O-ring that kind of looped over, but I liked the original K. It sounded great. But I love the way the Kohaku sounds, and the styling of the Kohaku is more my thing. Here's the annoying part that I'm going to tell you. I think they both look fantastic. So I don't know. I really don't know the answer there for you. Could not tell you the proper thing in this case. Let's put these back for now. I'll leave these screws out. I want the PC Kohaku so bad. I just bought, if you guys, it was over here on this shelf, but I just boxed it up to ship it back to Elaine. It's all boxed up now. Sad day. Try for the PC Kohaku, buy the K when you inevitably don't get it. Hey, really quick, guys. You guys know this? I'll say this again, little quick PSA. Let's advocate for some good spending habits. I know we like keyboards, just to keep it super real with you guys and like on a very personal level. I don't want you guys to go broke over keyboards. They're fun. They're a luxury item at the end of the day, but you know, I can understand why people would want to invest in it, you know, feel part of the circle, I guess. Just my thing, don't go broke over them. Even if you don't own any and want to participate in a hobby, please do so. I don't personally will never judge you, and I don't want anyone else to ever judge you for not owning something maybe not expensive or as nice as someone else. So I'm advocating for good spending habits, all right? 3 times the rule. If you can't afford to buy it 3 times over, then don't buy it. Just a little quick PSA about that. Spider-Man 2? I don't know. I think I'm done buying games this year. I bought 3 games total this year, and 2 of them I fucking hate it. I'm just going to spit out this for really quick. 3 out of the... Yes, I bought 4 games this year. But out of the more recent 3, Diablo 4 and Starfield were big letdowns to me. I know some people love Starfield. I'm sorry, I can't get into it. I have so far put in 9 hours in Starfield, and I don't feel entertained. So, just not into it. But I am very into Baldur's Gate right now. Baldur's Gate is what's like... Diablo 4 might as well be a dead game. I'm sorry. It might as well be a dead game, dude. Don't worry, dude. I'll play Starfield for you. I can't even return it now, which I feel kind of annoyed that I bought it. But yeah, I'm probably never going to boot it up. Actually, I reinstalled Red Dead Redemption 2 yesterday. I let it download because I was thinking about playing that after I kind of inevitably get burnt out on playing Baldur's Gate. Actually, the one game that I have played, because it's free on my Apple subscription, been playing... Where's the game? On my phone, mind you. Load, please. Yeah, Banana Man got it. Slay the Spire, man. Been playing the shit out of this on my phone. This is so addicting. This has been a great game. Been loving Slay the Spire. A Tim stream? Oh, fuck. Don't tell Tim I've been playing games on my phone. I mean, you can play it on the PC. I'm not going to, like, I have it for free on the phone. And I don't have it for free on the PC. I don't know if it's different on the computer, though. I don't know if there's, like, more characters or something. Patty, what's going on? Death Road to Canada. What's that? I probably have the lowest winning percentage of all players. Oh, and Slay the Spire? I mean, I've played a lot of Slay the Spire, and I think I've only beaten the game twice. I rage uninstalled STS so many times. One of the most played games. It's so much fun though. I like indie games like that. I like games like that. It just feels like there's a lot of replay ability there. Yeah, so I am one thing that I do that really helps me in my workflow is Apple like iCloud storage. So I have a lot of it, and I have like a bundle that I don't know if it's still around, the bundle that I have, but basically it's like 15 or 20 bucks a month, and I get Apple TV. Oh no, it's like 30 bucks a month. I'm thinking of the US price. I get Apple TV, which I use all the time. I get Apple Music, which I don't really use much. I get 2 terabytes of iCloud, and then I get the Apple Arcade. And I think there's like one more perk in there. Is it the Apple One Pass or something? But mine has like a lot of storage because mine I got like on some sort of deal. So I've been, it's like the best subscription package I've ever had. And I use the storage so often. How do you feel about the Studio Display? So I think the Studio Display, love this thing. Is it worth the price? In my opinion, I have spent, like back when I was playing on my Windows computer, even before streaming, I remember I saved up and I got myself one of like the most fancy monitors ever, which was like $2,000. Stupid purchase. And I will say, I got this on a deal, so I got this for cheaper than retail. Mind you, so keep that in mind too. So this was about $1,200 for this monitor. Even though this monitor can't reach the high refresh rates, it is so nice to have a glossy glass display. And I can't stress this enough. I think that alone sold me on this monitor because the colors look so different out of a glass display, even just a non-matte display, versus the like I have a really good monitor for my Windows computer, and it looks garbage next to this thing. I'm using the 5K Studio Display. They're so and you know what's so sad about this whole ordeal though, Fit? With the exception of one brand, which has like a shady reviews to it, no one makes glossy monitors. You can find them day in and day out. The laptop displays are beautiful. Windows has great laptop displays. Nobody makes them. And I still don't know why. Let me tell you this too. When I had the matte display next to the glossy one, when I had both computers in this room, the matte display actually had more of a cast of reflection than the glossy one did. Because the glossy one, if like a light hits it, will be bright in like one little corner, right? Like it'll be bright like I'm showing you guys on the top down here. But the matte one, when a light hit it, would be like just kind of washed out for like this size of the screen. Yes, you can still kind of see what's underneath compared to the glossy one, but it just looked awful. And you're still dealing with the same problem of a light being behind you and reflections and stuff. So, I thought you were Lewis Toe? Really? But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't get why people don't make glossy displays. I don't get it. I think it wasn't until very recently that people, dude, I don't know. Do you guys think it's just because recent times people are discovering that glossy displays are pretty? I don't know. Nah. I mean, most TVs they make, aren't they glossy? Matte is more universally usable. Glossy displays have always have, dude, that's why I like this monitor so much. And I will opt to, unless I want to watch, like, I love the Apple laptop display, but unless I want to watch something, I'll just watch on this. I'll just sit in this room to watch TV. Like, it just looks nicer than the TVs. I'm sure that this could be even nicer if they put like more modernized technology in the Apple display. That's where I think it maybe falls short, but isn't matte meant to help hide more of the screen within a workspace environment? No, I don't think so, Patty. I don't know. I don't understand how monitors are more usable when they're matte versus legit. Every single TV is glossy. I kind of am on that same boat too, Skyboy. I don't know, man. I don't like matte displays at all. And I think after using this, I don't think I'll ever buy another matte display. I'll just like find a way to get a glossy one. I heard people can do mods to just like displays where they just completely like chemically peel off the coatings or whatever. But matte displays is for stopping reflection. I guess if my monitor was on this side of the room, because I'm facing the window right now, maybe I'd have more of like an issue, but I don't know. Matte displays is also to stop reflection. Sony also has a glossy monitor. Sony has a glossy monitor, the InZone M9. I want to see what this is. This is glossy? Or is this like semi-matte? Because whenever they say semi-matte, it's the same thing. Where does it say, where's the spec sheet? Specifications and features. This is, oh, never mind, hold on. I had to let it load. Full specs. Does it say matte? Screen counting. No, that is actually, HJ, that says anti-reflective on it. So it says anti-glare screen coating. So I want to say that's probably some sort of like light matte finish to it. So it probably isn't going to be glossy. But man, if that was glossy, that's like a pretty solid looking display. Blah internet. You gotta watch, dude. The manufacturers are sneaky with how they portray their glossy and semi-matte and matte monitors. Just watched your Neo 65 vid and bought one myself. Super excited. Super solid board for the price. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll genuinely really like that board. Does the Tempo Cream have a bit of pink to it? No, that just might be the illusion of the desk pad. The desk pad has pink. So this is pretty, I don't want to say this. It's pretty creamy. It's pretty cream colored. So, do you not test the PCB before building? Already tested this guy here way before. I tend to do a lot of the boring stuff off stream. And then I do only the fun stuff on stream because I'm not going to lie. I don't think you guys care to watch me poke this with tweezers. Have you ever had interference issues with 7U spacebars due to different switch orientations in some hot swap PCBs? Let me read this again. Have you ever had interference with issues with 7U spacebars due to the switch orientation? I want to say no. I don't think I ever have. Bro, we'd watch you do anything? Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll start bringing back some of the more boring stuff on stream. Love you guys. You guys are too kind to me, man. What's up, Quest? How you doing, dude? Are these switches thocky? I don't think there's such a thing as a Thocky switch unless you're using electrocapacitive. I really don't think there are such things as that. Beautiful. No, I wouldn't say it's a trigger word. I don't believe there is. Cool. Looks pretty. All right. Been a while. Dude, what's going on, Quest? What caps we using? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Oh, wait, I don't need this right now. We need to put this all together. But yeah, I haven't really decided what... oh man, I've never seen the accents wrapped up in this little saran wrap stuff. What's the sick Envoy color? So this is Mirage, which looks a little bit more green than the one I have. Which kind of like... I'll go find my Mirage Envoy, because I have the prototype one. Oh my god, I can't open this. Got it. Retro Wave or Purple Night? I thought Mirage had more of a blue tone. No, Mirage always had like a hint of green in it. Dude, I might just go get my gold accent because I can't open this. Okay, I got it. Why would they put it in this wrapping thingy? Did they all come in these wrapping thingies? It's so annoying. Mirage looks more blue on their website. Could also be my camera. I'll go get my Mirage later on and we'll just take a look together. Oh, it's the wrong screw. Might be. Is the mode Envoy have a creamy, thocky pop? Guys, I don't know what that means. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I actually don't know what that means. This is my build. Sorry I didn't see your email tonight. That is okay. I hope you're enjoying the build tonight. Well, just tuning in. We haven't really gotten that far because I've been talking a lot, so don't stress out about missing too much. I'm from TikTok, sorry. That is okay. Let me, here, you know what? Let me give you a quick rundown on like sound signatures and keyboards and stuff. So, I try to refrain from using buzzwords simply because the buzzwords aren't really reflective of like what people might know. So for example, clacky, I get what people mean when they say clacky. Thocky, I truly don't believe like a keyboard exists where it's like that deep, where it's making like the sound of, because thocky I think originates from using like electrocapacitive keyboards, right? What I like to use for keyboard buzzwords is more so I just use things like brighter or deeper. So I use like audio terms. So yeah, kind of like a scale from high to low. Like if something has more of a bassy undertone, you know, it's deeper sounding, but we'll call it bassier because that's what it is. And And when it comes down to like creamy sounding keyboards, I get what people mean by that, but I also think the difference between a creamy sounding keyboard from like one end to the spectrum can be so different depending on the person. So I think it's just easier to describe things with like a level of sound rather than a buzzword, right? Not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to use buzzwords. Don't get me wrong. I just think that it's just easier to convey what I'm trying to say when I use words like that. What are my thoughts on the KV2? It looks cool. I want to try one out. I do. I wouldn't mind. Oh, this has it too. I'm not used to these things on this. Do you have GMK Hammerhead? I wish I did. Is creamy like full? I think creamy just refers to, and this is where it starts to get, convoluted and just stupid. I think what people mean when they mean creamy is when people are talking about a creamier sound signature, they're usually referring to, when you over lube a switch and you get that kind of like thicker sound of your switch, or like the heavier sound of your switch, and then you also add a little bit of foam. I think that's what people refer to when they mean creamy. But again, this is why I don't like calling things by these things, is I think there's so many words that you can use to describe these things that it's like confusing after a while and just not worth describing. Oh, I missed one of these. Oh, these things are falling out. What the fuck? So it's just not worth describing them as that. It becomes a little too complicated, if that makes sense. Where'd the other one go? There it is. This has always been so annoying to put on. There we go. Mode Envoy is good performance. I think it's a little unfair to compare the Wooting and the Envoy, because if you want performance of a keyboard, I think okay, I'm gonna say what no one else probably would say, or maybe there'd be a few people. Let's be real here. 95% of us are not pro gamers, and that small amount of performance you might get from certain keyboards truly does not fucking matter. So if you're looking for like raw performance, I think the Wooting would probably be your best bet, because there's so many levels of customization you can do for like actuations and stuff. But let's be honest, 95% of us here can buy the best gear and still come in fucking last place. So, spicy take. Is it though? Wait, Alex, I need to send you the fucking... I actually picked up an XX22. I think you were asking me on Discord for the settings, right? I did forgot to send you them. Can you send me another message? I'm a Challenger League player. Even in that level, I don't think it matters. I really don't think it would matter at that level. All right, so was I supposed to do anything else on this board? I don't think so. Okay. Also, that's not the real Hippotech. So for impersonating people, I'm gonna ban you. Don't do that. That's cringe. That is cringe. Is that the archer, not the bow? What happened? I saw the account age. Well, I also genuinely like Hippio. I think he's a great guy, and I think he gets a lot of shit sometimes that he doesn't deserve. Weird ban reason? Geek hack. I mean, that's fine. Geekhack's not an individual, though. GG to everyone in the ARC sale. Is that now? Good luck, guys. Good luck, you guys. Alex, I need some help with the new Space 65 R3. Love everything about it except the lighting not showing on the left side. Did it break? I know that the PCBs sometimes, like, they're kind of like little, I don't know, a little finicky sometimes with that. Wake, what kind of color do you want? Hippio, listen, you can disagree with Hippio's content. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you guys. I don't love like his style of content's not my style of content. You guys can think whatever you guys want. Like, you guys can have your own opinions, but I'm telling you, he's like genuinely a nice guy. So nice. Truly, I've had lots of great conversations with him. Regardless of what he makes for content, I really do think he's like a genuinely just a sweetheart, bro. He is. Did not think about that? Yeah, you gotta let me know. I gotta change the sign color for you. He is really a good guy, truly. Let's put this on. He cares a lot about what he does too. Like, he's entertaining people, and again, he might not be. Put these things on. He might not be for our demographic of like what we enjoy in things, but he might be for someone else's, right? You gotta understand that too, guys. Very important that you understand that. But you're still entitled to your own opinion. You know what I keep meaning to do with the Envoy? I keep meaning to try out not including the top two. Because some of you guys were saying not including these top ones actually sounds pretty good. Who isn't afraid to try a lot of stuff? I mean, yeah, he can, again, his content's not really my content at the end of the day. I have sat through a bunch of his stuff and I was like, okay, well, like, maybe this is for me. But he's a sweetheart, I'll tell you that much. You're both very different and still enjoy your content. Also, so much pressure to pick a side. What do you mean by pick a side? I'm curious. Oh, this goes in this way. Wrong way. Enjoy what you... Yeah, exactly. No need to pick sides. Exactly. Remember, guys, at the end of the day, I know we joke around a lot here and, like, we get a little weird sometimes, but let's not forget one thing and one overarching message that I hope gets portrayed to everyone here. Being kind and being nice in this sense, and not falling victim into like picking like, into that club of like being a dickhead to things you don't like, and just being an adult and just being like, I don't like this, maybe it's for someone else. It'll open up your world for like opportunity, man. Truly, if you guys don't believe that's a thing, it does. Because a lot of people who kind of pick that camp of like, oh, fuck this, I'm gonna vehemently hate this thing and just, you know, be very vocal about it. A lot of people don't want to hang out with people like that. The moment I stopped being like that, I just like got more friends, man. And I just was more social. So you don't like something opens a can of worm in the keyboard hobby though. It's best not to say anything. No, I disagree. It's totally okay to hate, to not like something and to like have your preferences. But, you know, just be an adult about it. What'd you say, Alex? Taking his high horse when we all know that he hates 40s? Yeah, you can dislike something. Listen, you know what, guys? You guys are twisting my words right now. I should go to bed or something right now. I have no enemies. I'm going to say it. What are you going to say, Nine? What are you going to say? I'm twisting. You're twisting? I don't know what that means, I'll be honest with you. Bruh, no sub notification? Oh, Bella, I got yours. Bucabella, I appreciate your prime. Sorry, I was in the middle of a conversation. I totally forgot to say thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Also, wait, did you decide on a color? Thank you. No, thank you. Sorry, what I'm going to be doing with these little screws, by the way, I'm pulling the O-ring to the middle, if that's what you guys are wondering. O-ring's going to sit here in the center. That way there, it doesn't get over-tightened. I actually mentioned this in my tempo write-up, which is I think Mode needs to, in a way, reimagine how these work. Actually, I want to do this one here just a little bit more down. What's a good amount of layers of tape for a tape mod? I personally only like 1 these days. But I think 1 to 2 max. Cool. That's good. I am curious to see if this color is different than my prototype. Hold on, I want to get the prototype. Gym Leader Nathan! Oh my god. How are you? Oh my god, I have not... You are streaming? Oh, I should have tuned into your stream instead. I should have tuned into yours instead. Ooh. Dude, this does look different. Oh, that I like this more, to be honest. This really looks different. Wow, do I have a scratch in mine? No, I don't. It's just dust. This looks so different. I kind of prefer the more green one. Okay, be honest, which one do you guys like more? No, Nathan, I should have tuned into yours. If you guys don't follow Nathan already, he's hilarious. I love that guy. This is production. This is like the first prototype unit. So green, honestly, the green one. You like the bottom one? Wait, was there a green one? I thought that this said Mirage on the box. Yeah, this said Mirage. Mirage. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Kind of neat, though. It's definitely green. The color is a Mirage itself. What does the owner of the board think? Because it's his board. We have so many spare switches. I totally forgot there was 90 in here. Interesting. I mean, if they're advertising this one here, then yeah, this is probably what they should do. But very interesting. There's a little bit more green in this one though, for sure. The proto looks like the pictures I've seen. The green one looks like the top on the top is nice. It looks like I mean, I like it. I actually kind of prefer it. But if this is not what they're advertising, then that's a problem. But low-key, I like it more. Okay. This guy over. Should I put Botanical on this? I wish the Envoy had the same top accent as the Tempo. Same. Do you feel as though sometimes you aren't critical enough of group buy boards or vendors that you were given to build? No, I think I'm plenty critical of things. I just do it in a manner that's different, I guess. Like, I don't know. Do you guys feel that I am not critical about things? I did a full write-up of the Envoy that had critical things in it. But I don't know. Some people only watch like bits and pieces of my stream of like the nice stuff that I say and then just say that I'm not critical about things. But I don't know. I think I've always been strongly opinionated. I just present opinions in a different manner. Just sent a picture of the RGB problem. Okay, I'll definitely look at that. Let's grab Botanical. I think it might be on a keyboard though. Is it? Ooh, made a weird sound coming out. I actually think this green color would fit Norse better, by the way, guys. Oh yeah, it is on the board. I need to break this thing. I don't use my light dome anymore. The green is much more gray. I don't believe it's Mirage. Is it not Mirage? Hard to say. The renders on the website look super bright and diffused. I mean, I can always just ask Mode. Neutral, critical. I think I agree with that. I mean, I also have to understand, like, my take on keyboards, I feel like is a little bit different. Hype me up so we get Botanical. We got Botanical. My take on my take on keyboard stuff is a little different though. Like, at the end of the day, I understand why people collect things and like where people's money is going and all that stuff. Like, I have to be super understanding of that. So I obviously want to be as truthful as possible. But at the same time, there are only very few objective things about keyboards that I think matter at the end of the day. And I think the rest of it is an experience that, you know, where I experience things may be different than someone else's experience on things. And that's why for like, especially the Mode stuff, because I am sponsored by Mode, that's why I decide to do more on every board. I didn't do the Mode 80, but every board, I do more in-depth write-ups of the boards that like I tend to really like on stream. That way there, everyone gets more of an insight on my thoughts and like post-build experience.
I've been trying to get
like,
your attention, sir. I choose purple.
Thank you for the 100 bits. I got you. Hold on. Let me make purple right now. But that's why I do those things, right? Politician speak? I don't think so. No, it's not purple. It's purple. But like at the end of the day, like what if people want me to shit on things? Because I think that's what it is. People want me to be like, this fucking sucks, buy this instead. I'm not that guy. I'll tell you right now, I am not that guy. That is not who I like being. That is not what I set out to be in the first place. Totally not that guy. So there's a difference between me being critical and me being mean and being objective and knowing when to be subjective. Stuff like that. So it just depends. It really depends. And you also have to understand with any reviewer that your preferences may align better with someone else's. So I know some people really like the things that I make. Oh no, I'm just giving you an answer, HN. Some people really like the stuff that I make and it vibes with them and they know that if I like something, they'll like something, right? I also don't like to do YouTube reviews because I feel like YouTube reviews to me are a bit disingenuous. Sometimes, not all the time, right? The reason why I don't do many YouTube reviews and I stopped doing pre-scripted reviews is because I'd rather you guys get my real take on a keyboard and like unboxing experience and like me diving into a keyboard I'd never seen before live. That way there I can't hide like problems I might have with the keyboard. You know? And you guys have seen me struggle with things. And then that opens your eyes more, right? If I struggle with something, then that could be really bad. And you try to juxtapose with all the bad. Who wants to see negative all the time? Yeah. And I think again, if you want to see more critical, like super to the bone, in a way more not mean-spirited, but more like focus on the negative reviews, then I don't think I'm that guy. I'm focused on here's what makes me happy, here's what I like, here's what I disliked, how can we make it better, who can this be for? I need a keycap puller. I think some people would like it if you directly express negative concerns equal to the positive. So what negative concerns though? And that's kind of where I kind of fall short. Unless a keyboard doesn't work, there's always something that can be done better. But I am not an engineer. I can just tell you if it works as intended. You know? So for example, when I was pretty straightforward about my feelings on the iron keyboard, a lot of people didn't like that. But I'm just being honest, right? But then when I'm happy about a board, people will always call me out and be like, yo, stop shilling. So it's like, it doesn't work either way. So at the end of the day, I'm just gonna be happy with it and just continue to do what I want to do, as I've always said I was gonna do, which is just be happy, build keyboards, and not worry about what other people think. Because at the end of the day, and I've mentioned this a few times too, I'd like to be more so entertainment than sitting here doing like critical reviews that bore me to death as well. Your take on the iron keyboards are so based. They really show, they're really just showpieces. Yeah. I mean, like, they can be great keyboards, but I think the compression's too much. Just like I also thought the compression or lack of compression on the Glorious keyboards were too much too. Where's my page up and page? Oh, here it is. Alex's mustache is a showpiece. Love you, dude. Really happy with the sound and the feel. So nice. Can't wait to get... Dude, what build did you do again? Just keep calling spacebar mount points until designers stop using it. Yeah, I mean, like, I can point that out, right? Until I'm, like, blue in the face. I mean, you know what? To make my own defense here, I was one of the, not only voices, but I was, I think, pretty loud about me not liking flex cuts. And look at what happened. The flex cuts sort of disappeared in a lot of boards. So, I mean, like, I do say what I don't like. It's just different. I just do it in different ways, you know? They sometimes don't take into consideration the preferences of reviewers or pay attention. That the fact the reviewer expresses is, yeah, this is based on preferences as well. You don't like the botanical on this? I think it kind of works. Does it work? Or is it too blue? Is there too much blue in this? I don't know now. You guys are making me second guess myself now. I think it looks okay. Maybe a little bit too much blue. I feel like Norse would have been a better choice, but I don't feel like switching it out. It sort of works. Let me tune up some stuff here. Meme cut bad, taking notes. And this is where the keyboard world is a little bit defensive about things and why I word things the way I do, right? Because when I did say that I didn't like meme cuts, I never once said that I hate meme cuts, people who like meme cuts are dumb, stuff like that. I mentioned that I understand people like them, but I just don't, like, from a perspective of like what I get in the box as a consumer, I feel like they're super limiting. And I mentioned that a bunch of times, and you know what happened? People did not like me saying that kind of stuff. But I continue to say it, like, I'm not afraid to say it, right? People did not like me saying that. And this is the world of keyboards. And that, even that experience made me understand something, right? we can technically both be right. And in a way, and again, this is what I mean by like, you have to like grow up and think like there are two sides to things. That whole experience made me understand that while yes, I may not like flex cuts, there are some people who like live for them, regardless of how much that margin of people is. So again, that's why I tend to review things the way I do. And then even like the way I express my opinions is done the way I do. Because I understand there might be another side of, like, especially the subjective things. There might be another side of the fence. I can't sit here, right? And this is another thing about keyboards too. I can't sit here and then only review, like, only give criticism to keyboards that sound like the way I like, which is like this. And then for every other keyboard that doesn't sound like that, that's maybe a bit more flat, because there are people who like that too. I can't sit here and be like, this keyboard sucks. It's going to be for someone, right? It's going to be for someone who might really like that board. I hope that makes sense. My ears. So objective things, we can sit here and
What opinion of yours got the most pushback from the community? What was your most controversial take?
My most controversial take? Probably the flex cut thing. Actually, it was either the flex cut thing or the iron. My take on, like, my annoyance at the whole iron 160 and the pricing of it and stuff like that. That's what I think got the most pushback. No, probably the flex cut thing. That was annoying. People really didn't like my take on that. Some people didn't rather. So it ended up being a kind of an L for me, for a lot of people. Like, to put it in perspective, and I didn't share this with you guys, I had people messaging me saying they were probably not going to watch my stream anymore because of how harsh I was against people who like flex cuts. Even though I still to this day don't think I was all that harsh. But yeah, there was some like drama about that. Slurpless. Also, I saw your message earlier, Slurpless. Love you, bro. Hope you're doing okay, dude. I was going to get another keyboard, but ended up buying a piano instead. Perfect. Also, in my tempo write-up, I think I mentioned this earlier in the stream, I did make a big 2-paragraph section about how I feel like Mode should reimagine the mounting points and make them more of like a silicone press fit sort of thing, rather than, what's it called? The screws. So that is, I did make that note. It's not up for me to fix it, but I did make that note in my written review. One's opinion is one aspect of the thing that shouldn't deter them from watching someone. Yeah, exactly. I don't get why people would DM you about something like that. It's the keyboard world. It's just people who take things like super personal, right? I don't blame them, because sometimes I take things personally too. I'm a human being. Now, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. I am indeed just a human being. Really? But that's weird since it's all preference. Yeah. Trust me, I have my own thing about like how I deal with stuff in this hobby. And I don't know. Some stuff's just completely ridiculous, but some stuff I learned from, right? All right. This should sound exactly like my keyboards that I normally build for the Envoy, because it has the exact same config as both my personal Envoy and the original Envoy that I made. So there should be no surprise here for a sound profile, but it's Obscuras, aluminum plate, screws done halfway, GMK keycaps, Mode Envoy. Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds more green than my Proto. True. Can you also type on the tempo? Yeah. Tempo is done with different switches though. I think the SO2Cs are a little bit lighter in sound. The tempo, and again, I already noted this in my written review, has a underlining deeper sound profile because of the bigger weight. I don't think that's a bad thing. Yeah, the R1. Yeah, sure. I'll show you guys. Mind you, this does have a heavier weight inside of it. So keep that in mind as I type on the round one, or I guess the Proto. I'm gonna unplug it just so I don't type random things here. You can hear the heavier weight. This is copper, I believe. And this is, I think it's just the aluminum. This is just alu. So this lines up exactly with the orange and stone one that I have. Did you also do, yep. They're built the exact same way. They both use Obscuras. I mean, the keycaps are technically different because this has ABS from a different brand, but that's the only difference. I don't think that makes much of a difference, truthfully, because this does have a pretty heavy weight inside of it. While this doesn't have a weight at all. It's just an aluminum. Both alu plates, yeah. So this is using Obscuras. Just my colored Obscuras here. And this is also using Obscuras. Lubed the exact same way by me. You can tell the heavier weight, yeah. And that's kind of something that the Envoy and even the tempo drastically sounds different with. It's, I mean, any keyboard, right? The denser weight that you have on the bottom will change it up a little bit. The top one is not a brass weight. This is aluminum. It's just colored gold. Does the copper weight come raw so I can patina it? I think it's clear coated. I think most people do clear coatings these days, which I don't know why they do. I mean, I get why they do, but like I prefer no clear coating personally. My takeaway from the Envoy, the only thing, again, just to reiterate my thoughts on this keyboard, I think it's a lovely keyboard. For the original price of $189, the pre-order price, you can't go wrong. The only thing that's a finicky piece, which I've mentioned, and it really does affect the all aluminum one more, is just how you screw in those screws. That's it. I would love to see Mode kind of reimagine that a little bit, but there's really nothing else I'd change in this keyboard. Like, it's just, even at its current price point of $229, it's still solid. Now, there's so many other keyboards in the world that can be purchased right now. Like, there's so many different ones in the $100 to $150 range. I'm still going to say that I really do think the typing experience on the Envoy is a little bit softer and just, it's just genuinely nice. Like, look at this. Let's go to this camera here. It's soft. And I like that and I value that in my keyboard. So that's kind of why the Envoy still has that, like, that really nice place in my keyboard collection. So I'm waiting for the Sonnet restock. Is there going to be another one soon? I didn't know that. Does the keyboard tilt slightly due to feet being closer to the middle? If you press super hard on this keyboard, if I really press, yes, that will never happen to you. Even if you do the top keys here, I'm pressing pretty hard. It shouldn't happen to you. But if you press on the top frame, yeah, it'll rock. Same thing with the tempo as well. The way the tempo is designed, I think rocks a little bit more if you press really hard on the top frame. No one should be doing that though. That's not how you type on a keyboard. That's an objective thing. That's not a subjective thing. If you're pressing really hard on the keyboard on the top, there's no input there. Therefore, you shouldn't be doing it. I type like that. Never mind. I'm wrong. It's now a preference thing. You can type like that if you guys want. Sumo said he types like that, so I'm wrong. But I don't know. think even the Link 65 people gave it shit for tilting. But who's typing like that? In the same vein, the Salvation is the same. A lot of keyboards tilt if you do that. Does the accent affect the sound? No, it doesn't affect anything like that. Maybe I have really weird hands. I just did that on my board and it almost went flying. Dude, don't do that to your guys' keyboards. A lot of boards actually tilt. The Salvation does not tilt. Some people's keyboards tilt. I love a keyboard with a spherical bottom. I still sort of prefer the Envoy sound signature over the tempo. Maybe it's just these switches. Maybe I need to swap them out. It's just different. Like there's different sound profiles from different switches and all that stuff. But I've been using the tempo all day. I really like this. I really like this layout a lot. I've been loving my split backspace again. Loving it, dude. All right, though, guys. I really appreciate you coming in, chatting with me. I think we had some good conversation about keyboards, life, everything like that. Haven't seen your unicorn in a while. I'll bring it out tomorrow for you guys. Or Sunday, because that's when we're streaming next. Raid Geo? What's up, Mod Musings? How you doing, bro? We can raid Mr. Geo. Thank you guys for being here, dude. Thank you guys for being here. Please don't talk, Alex. You talk too much. Oh, he's doing a tempo build? Mr. Geo is doing a tempo. Damn. Oh god, I'm used to split backspace now. Also, quick little thing for people who don't know this already too. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there's something that I consider like a break-in period with a keyboard. Like for example, after I type on a keyboard for about a week, I noticed that it slightly changes in sound profile, and that could just be from like the lube shifting inside of a switch and stuff like that, or like the stab settling or whatever, or everything kind of like shifting into place properly. But there is like a small difference in sound signature with a keyboard like from day in to like a week out. So just to keep in mind too that I do find them 90% of cases, maybe one or two keyboards fall into this, I don't know. They usually sound better after like a week. Could be the difference in novelty from getting used to it. Could also be that too. Could just be like a total bias thing as well. But yeah, the June flattening, that happening too, yes. All right though, guys, enjoy Geo stream. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for some great conversation. Love you guys. Thanks for supporting my channel here. Thank you guys. Oh, Kilo wanted me to hydrate and I never did. Exactly what Fit for Battle said. Stay financially stable. At the end of the day, they're just keyboards. I hope you guys enjoy the experience of keyboards and the experience of community more than spending money and, you know, things. Love you guys. You guys matter. I love you guys. Hope I have a good one. Enjoy GeoStream and bye-bye, everybody. Peace.